Hello, everybody. Welcome on back inside the BTS TI Hub Time Machine. Crack open a cold one with the boys as we get ready for game number 3 of Planet Odd versus Digital Chaos.
Cheers.
Cheers, sir. Oh, man, this beverage tastes so good. All right, guys, so this is Dota now.
Losers. You don't have one, do you?
What are you talking about?
Oh, tea.
We got Charlie and Lacoste here, of course.
What do you usually drink from these red cups?
Beer.
That's like the
Mixed
stereotypical college drinking
Frat bro.
frat bow vessel right there. The
Cheers,
solo cup.
bros.
I heard like overseas, like they spend way too much money to get these cups.
Wait.
I'm serious. That's like they look at it as like an American thing. You know, it's like, oh, the red solo cup. So if they want to get
that
red solo
true?
cups, they have to like, I don't know how it is in
Spend thousands
Croatia.
of dollars.
Not thousands, but they would have to like import them or just order them online. You can't just go into a dollar store like we can and buy a 50,000 of
Europeans
them.
are so weird.
You guys lose it. Anyways, guys, I drew a graph. We have
Yeah, we don't spend the money. We can just drink from whatever we want. We drink from bottle like real men. Sorry.
You drink from a bottle
Yeah.
like a real man. This was being discussed a bit between games, guys. The duration of the Dota game and the excitement of it. I'm feeling the graph starts like this, and then it kind of goes down a lot in the middle portion of the game. Here, 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 here. Game ends. How do you feel? What is your line right now?
That looks like the average Dota
Yeah,
game
that's
right now.
about right.
We need to work on getting this up a bit here, Frog. All right, just a little more of this up here in the excitement realm. But I can understand, again, we have elements including TI, shit tons of money, women, all on the line.
That's true.
So, you know,
Why not men?
men, for some.
Whatever floats your boat, Charlie.
Whatever floats your boat.
I'm
Anyways,
just, you know, trying to look out for everybody here.
I always tell people, why'd you get into casting? And I said, for the ladies.
the ladies.
Look at where I am now.
Surrounded
big
by all
boys.
these ladies.
Surrounded by men at every turn.
Every event, the same nerdy people.
The same dudes, the same dicks.
And I gotta say,
God
I was
damn.
told there would be fangirls eventually. Not the case. All right, guys, we got a draft underway. We can hop into it whenever. It's a very important one at that. Digital Chaos are going to be receiving what looks like the first pick of Game 3, and they start leading things out with a ban onto the puck. Crystal Bane's got to go. Night Stalker also going to be taken off the table. And anything else you think warrants that respect? kind
Show
of a
me
pick?
Nyx.
Sand King. Nyx.
Wisp?
Clockwork. Wisp.
Nyx or Sand King. One or the other. Oh, I guess Wisps.
Well,
maybe.
if you say
All right, Sand
15
King.
heroes, you're taking the fun out of it.
All right. We lost one of our fun ones here
Hey,
in the Sand King.
Sand King was the first one I said.
All right.
Clockwork
did
was
have
the
a
next
first
one
pick
I
clock.
said.
What did you say for the
What a
third one?
Bulba hero that is.
You got to get a win. I would say putting Bulba on Clockwork is probably one of your safer bets. And he's one of the people who, like, I think he was saying at the summit he just enjoys playing Clockwork more in the 4 position than he does in the 3 position. And we know more to be that 3 position of Clockwork, but he's just like, well, now you can just run around and do whatever the hell you want. You don't have to worry about the laning part of it. And eventually you get to do what a Clockwork does anyways.
Is it
Yeah.
time
Jump
to
in and die.
pull
Set up.
out the treant for odd?
Uh-oh. Batrider first phase. This is not the TI3 Grand Final draft again, by the way. But Batrider finally going to be shown here. And then the trusty Quap once again. The Game 1
If I see
MVP.
a Venomancer picked right now, it's gonna be Jack's game probably.
Oh, by the way, they were telling us that currently Jack is in the 5K game. A pub that will decide whether he is going to move on into the higher realms of 5K or remain in the slums of 4K and below.
If I'm any judge, that game usually takes like seven times.
Yeah.
7
You're
times.
like, this is the one to get 5K. No.
I don't know what attempt he's on at the end of the day, but we send you our best, Jack, to see how it goes.
I think this is his first attempt.
First attempt. Oh, goodness. I'm sure everyone in there is like behind him as well, not back-sitting or anything.
May the run down mid feeder be on the enemy's side. After all, that is what determines about 33% of NA Dota games right now.
I
So
think Jack will pick Spirit Breaker and just run at people, try to tilt their mid to leave and feed the couriers. That's one of the tactics.
Jack is gonna try so hard.
So we have the early Queen of Pain pickup, which then warrants the opposing mid hero. pretty early. You know what's interesting in Southeast Asia, I was watching some of those games. They actually pick up their mids really early. A lot of value in like the puck, for example.
Sure.
Grabbed it up first. Selling them in NA, we always seem to be waiting into our 3-4s, but.
I think what teams are seeing now is that your mid matchup, it's not just your mid hero, it's your 4 hero as well.
Yeah.
So it's not a true 1v1 anymore.
Which is why Queen of Pain is a fine pickup, right? Because you know the opposing team's secondary mid hero, the Clockwork. Queen of Pain doesn't care about Clockwork, so.
Right.
This is why I think a lot of people are bashing Weeha. Not the best performances we saw from him. He did better. Maybe he just needs some more, I don't know, time to adapt. He was dominating in those classic 1-versus-1 matchups pretty much every single game. He is still one of the strongest mechanically skilled players in the world. Have to see if he can adapt and get some help. Can't be that aggressive, needs to adapt if who is on the other side, 2, even 3 heroes sometimes.
Yeah, they usually don't like to help him, even in this meta. It's usually him getting sacked. Last game even you saw Misery up there with Moon and Saxa down below with Resolution.
Oh, apparently I'm getting word. If you are actually genuinely curious if your boy Jack was going to hit 5K or not, you can head over to the BTS Fun stream where they are currently observing Jack's game. That's Beyond the Summit 2 if you want to see Jack.
Have they told Jack that?
I don't know.
Jack doesn't operate well under pressure.
I hope
He
not.
really
I'll
doesn't.
tell you that right now. Jack does not.
So tune in to find out whether Jack wins or fails. in
I
this 5K venture.
feel like the BTS studio is setting him up for failure right now.
That's just more entertainment for all our viewers.
That's true.
Yeah, we're gonna lose at least half of the viewers on this stream.
That's true.
Game 3, whatever. Planet On now moving on forward here. Now, you were talking a bit about the mid layers being picked up, and I know this is not likely, but of all the series and 2 teams going head-to-head, I figured maybe a Meepo pick would have crept in at some point from either side, maybe. But do you think that the Meepo thing, especially with DC, is now just gone? Is the, I know there was like one game, I think maybe it was a Summit qualifier matchup where, or to get in the event or not, that they tried to go for the Meepo again and it didn't work out. Do you think they've just distanced themselves entirely from that?
It's got to be a really good Meepo game.
Yeah. Like it's like 5th, 4th pick now. No more
I think
first
Meepo
phase.
games are just harder to come by.
Yeah, and on top of that, like you see mid lane being 2v2 now. Meepo's not like a he's not a great hero.
He is his own team.
Yeah.
Well, it's fair point to make. I'm sure there's always those people in chat and watching though. They're like, Meepo's got to come, right? Weeha and Abed. But
Meepo and
you guys make
wait, what's the Meepo name for Abed?
There isn't one.
He doesn't. Yeah.
A god.
He's just apparently just I'm just the best
A
Meepo on the
Beepo.
planet. A Beepo?
Don't.
Silencer versus Queen of Pain, Batrider. This is one of the few times I'm kind of okay with support Silencer. I think it's a good reactionary hero to the Batrider. Most of the counters to Batrider, Shadow Demon, Oracle, none of those heroes are really in vogue.
Yeah.
You know?
Venge. They're all not
Well,
there.
I have to disagree. I actually love seeing position 4 Silencer, but you need to be as active as possible, especially on that mid lane. Try to move.
Well, the
get
thing
that
is,
int up.
it's not a position 4 silencer. None of these have been position 4 silencer. They've all been position 5. Just sitting there in the lane, not being active, trying to zone out the offlaner, and all of a sudden a Sand King or a Clockwork runs at you, and then
Well, you
Then
can
you're
call it the duo support, duo roaming support, Silencer, Clockwork, whatever you want to call it. You're not gonna sit on the lane. You can sit in the lane if you have good kill potential, but that's not the point of having a Silencer in a team.
yeah, I'm just saying, the 4 position silencer that gets a lot of farm. I don't think it really exists anymore.
Since then, we get the Bone, as Lacoste
Did you
calls it.
see AUI playing it
No,
with the double rapiers, just casually?
that was an AUI. That was Pilot Eye,
Pilot? Oh, well,
and that was like a 2-hour game.
still. You see
You're
it.
both right. Anyway, we have a Clinks again.
Yeah.
Another boner. Yeah.
Another boner. What?
Single target, physical, heavy burst.
Don't you call him ever like that? The Clinks?
The boner.
Yeah.
That's your
Boner
thing?
Clinks?
No.
No, that one is good.
I have
It's
noticed
just
that you
Euro
call him
thing.
Bone all the time.
That's like
Oh,
a European
can't say it
thing,
all the
right?
time.
Yeah, Milk does it. You know, they just throw out those Dota 1 names.
Bone.
We gotta hold on to him. The Shadow Priest. Excuse me?
Shadow Priest.
Dazzle.
Furion, you know.
Crixalis.
Back to DC side now. What we bank is already their mid laner being established in the
Fuzzy
Lena, the
Wuzzy.
Bubble Clockwork, Silencer support duo.
Jinzak.
Who was that?
This troll.
Damn, that
don't
is,
remember the name.
Well done. Well done, Charlie.
Thank you.
And your knowledge that is completely useless to the analysis of this draft. Can we get back on page, please?
I want to argue about how how 4-position silencer doesn't exist anymore.
I think this Faceless Void is a pretty interesting pickup. It's great versus the Batrider as a safe lane carry. It matches well into, like, the time dilation is good versus the Queen of Pain, and it sets up the Lena for a lot of success as a true carry.
Yes. Yes. It provides like a lot of team fight lockdown for DC. It's something they lacked last game. You know, Odd had that Warlock pick, got a pretty decent level 6, and it just felt like DC had a hard time taking those big team fight engagements. This time, they got Global, they got Chronosphere. Compared to, you know, Odd, it's just a bunch of single target pick off.
Yeah, already loving the DC's lineup more. Not even with the last pick. I don't think Planet Odd can get a better lineup. Getting Blink Dagger, maybe even Shadow Blade for Faceless Void
But what if?
will grant you just enough damage. Even I just hope he doesn't go for Mask of Madness.
Oh, yeah, you like the Diffusal.
Well, yeah. Well,
Diffusal,
maybe this
yeah.
game actually he can go because he has Global Silence to back him up, so he's not gonna die. We saw during the summit, Ramses was playing it. So usually you just go in and pretty much you die because you can't get out. Also saw Mouse playing it. He was facing the same problems. I don't think the item fits the hero. Maybe this game, yes, because he has a follow-up from Global.
So now we have a safe lane Venomancer and off lane Void, presumably. That would be kind of the norm. Planet Odd, what if they switch? I was going to say it! God
Sorry,
damn it,
bro.
Lacoste, you
Dude, I
gave me
believe
not
you.
enough room. I was going to say, what if they put the Batrider support and make it an off lane Legion Commander,
Yeah, what if
and
what
they
if-
dual lane together?
What if this is another troll lineup?
What?
It's not a troll lineup.
It's not a troll lineup. It's
You
legit, right? Legion Commander versus Void and Venomancer.
Austin, your
Right.
face is so red right
You
now.
stole
Man,
Cap's
I
moment,
was going
dude.
to call that.
You stole Cap's moment.
I believe you.
We've
I
all been
believe you.
there.
Yeah, we believe
You're sitting
you.
there in your mind,
Yeah.
you're like, I got this
Lacoste,
scenario.
Lacoste. Yeah, we believe you.
It's really red.
Look how red he is.
It's not fair. He could have looked like a god. There could have been a thread. That woman could have finally been there.
Yeah. Instead, you
You
just
took
look
it all
like a
away.
douchebag
Lacoste
again.
with your dumb
It's fine, I already
silencer
got a
talk
lady,
you guys
we're
went
all
off
good.
for.
Hey,
Jizak or whatever the fuck you all did.
Get out.
Nortrum.
Nordstrom. You know, whenever I saw that, I always think of Nordstrom's, the
Bookstore? No, is it?
no,
The clothing
Store. Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the hell?
Nordstrom.
Nordstrom.
Yeah, you
Or,
need to get more style. Wearing Northrom. What?
Yeah. Get on the deep V-neck
Nordstroms.
style train like these guys over here.
I'm
It's
sorry,
not
you
a-
only
this is
show
not
a
Hugo
V-neck
Boss
style.
for
You're
your
opening
casual
it up.
style.
There we go. Just gotta go this low.
So, with this Legion Commander, do you like Planet Odd's lineup better than DC's?
No, I already
No.
said
Still
that I
stay
like.
with the
yeah.
Void?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a safe lane Void, so they secure him a good amount of farm. But still, they have a really good setup, good team fight. It's just how they execute it.
Yo, this is Jack's game. There's a Venomancer.
It is.
It's
He's
meant to
playing
be.
safe lane Venom. No, Jack would be jungling with this Venomancer, so this will be the true test. If it
That-
starts off jungle,
So
and
they
has
can
an
still
iron
do it.
talent-
Clock off lane, jungle Jack Venomancer, safe lane Void,
Jungle Jack.
Jungle Jack.
It's the tribute to
Jacksomancer,
Jack's 5K
Jackomancer.
game.
All right, and we are in it. And all these, look at all these TPs. How much the game has changed dramatically. No more just walking out from the fountain out to your lanes here. Just immediate battle of the ward play here. Who's going to take the initiative in the vision game? Soxa's being the bodyguard for this one here. Stoltz holds it. Dubu's going to be the one holding the obs. Here on one side, Ferev's trying to be the one to scout out ahead, but he actually just missed where Soxa was.
Oh, they see each other.
And then they already go out. And they'll zone Soxa all the way back. Dubu's like, this is my chance. Quickly. Go plant a ward that they will not be able to see.
Can I treat the silencer? Can I give him the Bane treatment like Lacoste does?
Yes. Yes, please, because I hate that hero too.
You hate him
can
because you're
try
a
It's
Stat
silencer
picker.
with the wildly impactful arcane curse.
No, you can try, but
Look at all the damage and catch he had on that Rubik out of position.
I wish I had a different player playing it to prove you wrong.
Oh, Jesus!
What's
You
wrong with
hating on
Dubu,
Dubu?
God?
Well, we'll see.
Yo, let's be real. Dubu this last series, this last
Yeah.
month,
This last qualifier, yeah.
I gotta be honest. It's so hard to feel his presence in these games.
Well,
It's hard to be an outstanding 5 position in general.
I mean, I
But
understand.
yes, I agree. I think Dubu's underperformed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to. I was joking, but still, I would have. If you want to prove it wrong, need a few more games. There were a lot of silencer picks, though, these qualifiers, so we can check actually.
Ferev's gonna drag the creep with?
He's going to attempt
It's
it.
not gonna be a good time for him though.
Yeah, look at who's waiting for him on the
Oh,
other
God.
side. Oh, boy.
What have I done?
Can he time
He's
walk
dead.
away from
No,
this?
he's dead.
No. A leap up, a throwback, and it's going to be a slow and painful death
Can you
here.
make it 15 seconds?
15 seconds, 13 seconds.
He's got 35 health.
He had to time walk over a cliff
Oh, shit.
or something. That's the only way he gets out.
All right, first blood goes to Misery on his support Batrider. Already takes his business towards the mid lane here.
Oh, this is a.
Oh, Mason going to get a kill onto Moon in the off lane here. Props to Bulbon setting that one up. No props to me for missing it.
Silencer is props, Dakota.
Props for missing it. Thank you.
Oh, never mind. Silencer is 51% win rate for the qualifiers.
So you're wrong.
By 1%.
1%. Got him.
Well, I'm sure this is.
How
a
many were
garbage
support?
sample
How many were
anyways.
mid lane?
Yeah, I can't. I'm not a stats man.
Well, Phonic is in 1%. And
But Lacoste, in this qualifier, the games that you have been watching, it is
I was talking
41.
about general.
41%. Oh, bullshit. 41%.
We're talking about silencer
that would
as
be-
a hero.
You are incorrect.
We're talking about Silencer in NA because we're watching the NA
NA.
qualifiers.
And this qualifier, in this meta, at this
Moon?
time.
Moon's doing a battle up at top lane, a battle that he's going to lose.
And, you know, I didn't see it, so it never happened.
Second death by Moon.
And Bulba's just, like, constantly
Level 2.
tagging in
Ooh,
and getting
this is
the
gonna
kill.
be big for Bulba.
Yeah. All right, hot start for DC in the top lane at least, but
Oh.
mid.
Oh, he
looking to
missed the
jump in,
arcane curse.
break
This
out.
is why.
He missed the arcane curse.
Yeah.
That's why he died with 4 stacks of sticky napalm on him.
No, but I'm gonna look bad because he's missing his spells.
It's his fault that I'm going to look bad, all right? All right, well, at least Planet Audible at least get mid lane going back in their favor
He needs
for how
to be on
troublesome
top.
it's
There,
been.
there was 2 kills on top. That was 4 stolen from Legion Commander. That would be actually big. I'm super serious right now.
Yeah,
No trolling, no flaming.
You think he should be top lane.
Yes.
But still flirting around mid lane, at least for now. He could be heading that direction at this moment. We'll tune into Ferev briefly here at the bottom lane as he's getting closer to that level 3, but Soxa's right on that mark too.
Have we ever seen Misery play Batrider before? Because so far
Yes.
he's having a tremendous impact.
Yeah.
When was it?
It was with this iteration.
July
of his
2016.
team. Sure, July 2016.
This
What a year.
iteration of the team in 2016.
Well, maybe you want to check on that cap as well.
No, but he's always played sort of a little more unconventional 4-position heroes. Sometimes he's just like, oh, I want to do this
Yeah.
this time.
And he's kind of a greedy support player, like at heart.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, usually these sort of abnormal supports are usually ones that scale pretty well.
And he's played many different positions throughout his career. He used to
Yeah.
be a core
everything.
player.
He's done everything on
I
every team, in every position.
I remember Misery Potom.
He didn't
One
play
of
that long
the
ago,
most
actually.
legendary ones.
Misery the Slayer.
his time on Secret, I believe, back at ESL New York, we saw a lot of Misery.
I already told this story, maybe not everyone heard it. When I was playing with Misery, it was long ago, he was playing bottom and he dominated the game, went godlike, then died once, bought back, died another time and just disconnected from official game, and then we actually won the game.
I remember him telling me this.
sounds
It was
like
a competitive game.
Yeah.
Just DC'd straight out. I was like, I'm done here.
That sounds like the old Misery. Yeah, it sounds exactly.
But his team goes on and wins without him, so at least he started things off for
If
his
it
team.
was any other player, you would say probably that I'm lying, but knowing it's Misery,
Uh-oh.
pretty believable.
Little Jack
story.
Courier. Gonna get spanked by Bulba once, then head back the other direction, and now Weehaw realizes he might be in a bit of a pickle here. Here comes Bulba once again, steps in with the battery assault, and Weehaw will have to blink to the other side.
Oh, there's actually a bottle in the courier, that's why it's going so slowly.
Oh, top lane Mason's dead.
Yep, they are chasing him down, burn him up
Or
a
not.
bit, but will force out the rotation here. He's still burning away, but looks like he'll be fine.
All right, you're right, Lacoste.
The
The silencer TPing and really stopped that.
scary silencer rotation.
Oh, he's
He's
level
going to stun him with his stun spell.
doesn't need to stun. He has enough
Nuke
slow,
him with
especially
his other
against-
nuke spell.
Especially against Beth Rider. That hero is so good.
And then he's going to save the Venomancer with the save spell.
Yeah, in the early game,
gonna
definitely.
tether
Dear
him.
God, please let DC win. Let this game drag for another 2 hours. Infinite scaling lineup from both sides. But still,
I'm pretty sure Dubu's never had more than 5k net worth in any game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I liked seeing Dubu a lot when he was
Earth Spirit.
playing the fourth position. I was just about to say that.
Dakota loves
Yeah.
that.
I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh, 5 position doesn't seem to be his thing, but I will say that I do miss Dubu on more of those action-packed kind of heroes. And now he's kind of, being a babysitter, doing his best to hold it out. Misery, though, I mean, he is what Dubu was. He's very proactive. He's all over the place.
That was kind of awkward, the fact that Soxa and Misery weren't playing like directly on top of each other there. Like, maybe they could have killed the Lina if they have telekinesis, Firefly over him with sticky napalm. But
For a
just
moment,
little
I
bit
thought
separated.
it was 2 intelligence stolen, but it's actually 2 napalm stacks. Stacks, sadly.
Well, Soxa and Misery continue to roam around as a pair, knowing that their safe lane Clinks is very self-sufficient. They're free to kind of just go around and make an impact elsewhere. But, you're going against some Weaver and just look at this shit. I mean, you can't go in through that. He's still going to be able to farm up.
Planet Odd should know about this this Observer Ward, because they got hit by a Venomancer Ward, but the Venomancer Ward doesn't actually have that much vision. So since they got hit over in this area, they should know there's some sort of vision over there.
But Misery hasn't really darted out from it yet. Soxa, though, however, has gone all the way down to the
Look.
bottom lane, it would appear, but they're already heading out the other direction.
I gotta say, look at this. Like, Misery, or look at the Legion Commander's farm. Look at Mason's farm. Like, as a Venomancer, you want to be the one pressuring the lane. You want to be the one, like, applying your venoming gorge to against the other heroes. But he can't do that. He's getting pressured all over the place by 2 active heroes, the Rubik and the Batrider. And what's his support? It's a Roman Clockwork that has to go around, and that's perfectly understandable. But the Silencer, it does nothing here. Like, I don't want to, ruin your
No,
ruin your
we
image
need to
here.
go away from that because this silencer's not gonna do much. Like, he's level 3, 8 minutes in.
They probably do need to make their first move with Ferret, though. He's got his level 6. Like, they need to try and set up a kill for the Lina. Like, he can't really go to the Venomancer lane because he doesn't have any mana. And he won't have his ultimate at this point.
Yeah.
So
Then
they've got to get some sort of push out and rapid rotation, like smoke rotation up to top lane with Abed or something like that. But it's going to be hard because you're bringing 2 cores out of their lane in order to get a gank somewhere.
Yeah, they need either...
Or Weehaw
Void.
obliges them.
Oh, Shade.
Yeah.
Okay, they
That's
got
perfect.
a good setup there. All right. Moves right in, allows the Chrono and Laguna combo. They're going to be able to take him down. Nice grab for Abed on that one. Resolution Soxa, though, pressuring this bottom tier 1 in the meanwhile. But your first Chrono will be successful.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
needed that badly. Look how bad they're just losing on CS here.
Yeah, they also need, what is Bulba's level? When he hits level 6? Oh,
It's level 4 right now.
Fresh 4.
Silencer's also level 4, so we're not gonna have those like level 6 supports by 10 minutes that you would normally look to for a successful laning phase.
What's Misery?
Misery is 4.5.
4.5, 4.5. So.
Does he have a... Okay, no, never mind. That was the Clinks.
But I think Misery, once he clears through this, he'll probably get level 6 naturally, and they could probably have Saksa pick up the tome at 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'd hate for DC if this turned one of those games where that Venomancer was just kind of doing not much on the side and just in his own game. Maybe eventually whittles down to tier 1, but there's really not much of a problem for Odd, and they can just ignore altogether and take a lot of these 5v4 fights. And Mason's already so far behind, he can't even comfortably be in the lane here, while Moon is going to coast his way towards a duel and a early Blink Dagger too.
His wards are just free CS. All they do is tickle the Legion Commander.
Oh, nearby, Resolution, making moves for Dubu. Gets the uphill miss there as Dubu gets a little bit of space away. Misery now flying into action here. Abed and company waiting behind the tower with the Laguna good to go. Oh, they stun right next to him as he TP's out. Little did they know.
What kind of TP play was that?
I don't know.
Run behind the mid-tier 1 and TP out?
Would have been much more awkward if they'd been caught by that LSA there, but
Yeah, if he stays mid right now, like then at least he's helping them, you know, as an active threat, taking that mid-tier 1. But
Dubu just bought Tome, so they want to have global silence before the clockwork hook shot. We'll see if that pays off. Another Chrono will be online soon. Yeah, right.
oh no,
it
he
is
just
right
took
now.
the tome, I think. Bulba did.
Oh, Bulba stole
Yeah,
it.
he just ate it.
yeah, I think that makes more sense.
They should do it for the pubs that no one can steal your tome, because it happened.
Oh, they just people have taken off the courier
Yeah.
and just read the book?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, Forv should TP back now, get some mana up, look for another fight with Chronosphere.
Yeah, for sure. They're going to have that. They're going to have a hook shot up and at the ready. They're going to have Laguna. This is really all you could ask for DC at this point in time to be able to kind of take some big fights here and take some picks. It looks like they're going to be smoking and heading on through the bottom lane and hopefully getting a jump possibly onto Resolution. At least that was the game plan it looked like they were drawing out there on the map. But here it comes.
I think you get the most impact out of killing the Clinks, just because he is still an active hero, and he doesn't come back very well. He doesn't have very strong farming mechanisms. If anything, we've talked about it, it's even worse because Death Pact's not up as often, and the creeps are worth less.
Move in Chrono. A hard commitment in to go for Weehaw here. No rotations are coming out quite yet, so this should be a swift and easy takedown there. Doesn't even cost them the extra pepper of a Laguna or anything like that. Just a simple second rotation from Forev to the mid lane to get another Chrono kill onto Weehaw. Meanwhile, bottom lane, that means that Resolution can move on forward and start chunking down this tier 1 tower. A glyph will be forced out, but look at Saksa rushing in through the trees with the back end of a haste rune to try to sketch out a support nearby, but it's actually Bulba who gets caught up in a duel. Moon gets the good pick, gets the first set of damage of the game, and they get the tier 1 tower.
Mason tried to make the most of that. He really aggressively pushed in the top lane. He's trying to threaten that off-lane tower. A little bit surprised that DC kind of squared up at that bottom lane without Chronosphere, knowing that the Legion Commander was missing and very likely was trying to make some sort of aggressive rotation.
Misery's nearing his Blink Dagger.
Yeah. What's cool about the support Bat Riders, it's a great hero like Jakiro or kind of Rubik, but it's one of those heroes that gets in front of tower pushes really easily, right?
Yep.
Just like an off-lane Bat
Right.
Rider, you just get in front, Firefly, and drag the creep wave back.
It's super interesting playing him in the 4th position. I don't think we've seen it very much, if at all, lately.
Lately, no.
But it's so good in the mid lane because you get that those early levels of sticky, and it's great at sort of disrupting. Oh, missed hook from Bulba. But oh, look at that arcane curse zoning them out. Just kidding, it doesn't do anything.
Because he missed the hook. They can't afford to miss a big spell like hook if they want to contest and defend the tower.
Back to the Batrider, like you see these dual lane mids, and it's usually a melee hero trying to poke and prod at somebody, but Batrider actually fits that function really well and
Yeah,
scales, provides initiation, is in some ways a vision hero as well.
You're forced to go 2 versus 2 when Batrider is there, so you're stacking Napalm, sticking Napalm and 2 heroes actually. Also a lot of 4, actually 3 position heroes swap to position 4, Clockwork, Slardar, even now Batrider. What else is there?
Nyx.
Or Spirit.
Sanking.
He started as an offlaner. But yeah, that seems to be a trending thing. It's a lot of the playmaking kind of offlaners who, you know, I mean, they brought in these bounty runes into the game, so there's easier opportunities for these playmakers to move around the map, still gain, you know, some money, still gain some XP, and eventually just kind of be those playmakers regardless.
Yeah, the lines are definitely blurred between the roles, and in this situation, like, Legion Commander can go around looking for kills, and Batrider can farming out a lane. Or in this case, it's actually Saksa, who's become a Venomancer by stealing the Plague Wards, and is actually just has been occupying that top lane for the last, like, 2 minutes, and has prevented Mason from doing what Venomancers typically want to do, which is own the lane and take the tower.
Tier 1 acquired from both sides there. Looks like Abed is going to get one of his own there in the bottom lane, as playing an odd take through the top. Now they can move on forward here. Doesn't look like Saksa has any vision wards at the moment, but he'll take the opportunity to plant down a couple of venom wards just to get some extra vision for themselves. See that Mason's nearby. He's doing his own thing.
Mason is actually 2-0. It's really good. He has a lot of farm. Is that full Veil coming to him?
Yeah, it is. Looks like they are going to smoke up here on Planet Odd.
Yeah,
but DC are already kind of grouped up, and honestly, DC should be looking for a fight with Chronosphere. Rev had a great read sitting behind mid last time with the Chronosphere. Maybe he can do it again.
This could be a big fight. They have Global Silence too.
Yeah, they've got such great reaction heroes.
Yeah. Odd will have to make a seriously good first strike to take out either the Void and or the Silencer to make sure that they don't get hit with a big counterplay. And since there's no sudden opportunity for them to kind of move in to the Roche, they just walk into the pit instead. But the second they do, already it's going to get pinged out from Bulba. Maybe the last second of that rocket, I'm not too sure, but whatever the case may be, it seems that DC are privy to it, and they've put in a new fresh rocket. Misery's trying
just
to
buying time.
Yeah, be the one to guard things out, but now Forever makes his move in, looks to go for a Chrono, only finds one target at that. Bulba latches on just before the bubble, gets a nice cog lockdown onto 2, and allows him and Abed to really go to town onto Wii and company. Both him and Resolution, in a world of hurt, and Resolution's going to be going down.
Plus earn.
On the other side, it's Mason, able to get the quick, swift finish as Misery will be finished.
That was the greatest unintentional hook walk I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, he ends up on, like, just the perfect area to just go ahead and cog up 2 cores together. Because he hit the Rubik in the river. Yeah. That's what he was intended to go for. Wow, that was very fortuitous in DC.
He was hesitating on using the Chrono, so Quap blinked out. If he casted it immediately, it would have been so good. Maybe he didn't even want to commit to a hook shot there. Could go for something else. Just a matter of milliseconds, I guess.
Yeah, I think all of us really like this Void pickup, and it's kind of weird. We just haven't seen as much of this hero.
Inform me about Silencers and Stolen.
2, sir.
He was running away in Roche Pit for some reason instead of going near the kills.
Can't steal intelligence if you're not alive. I don't know. I don't know why he's running away.
He was going into Roche Pit, couldn't see. I was focusing on the Chrono.
I didn't see
I saw him going away from it.
Very tough spot for both Weehaw and Resolution. Very fortunate positioning for Bulba. Just kind of locked them out of that fight altogether. And for one of the first times we've seen them both be, you know, very ineffective at getting anything done.
Ooh, this is interesting. Abed's going for a Blink Dagger pickup on the Lina. after the Bloodstone. He didn't get the what has been sort of an NA build, which is Yule's Bloodstone into Shadowblade.
Maybe it's because like the Clock, potentially the Void, have such long ranges of initiation. He wants to be able to keep up with them and catch up.
Yeah, I think he has to like work around these two initiators quite a lot in this game. And this is also a more aggressive lineup. I feel like the Lina is going to be less of that, you know, run around farming and sometimes killing heroes. It's going to be a lot more 5-manning from DC's side.
Do you think it'd be in Mason's best interest to also consider investing a Blink Dagger in that case, so that
Mason
he can get in with a good
tank up.
Mason just bought up Midas. With XP talent, it still pays off on Venom.
Uh-oh. He gets hit with a duel. They drag him back in, but the Global's there. Bulba dishes out the hookshot, but couldn't find a target. But Moon's also not going to find the duel victory. In fact, he'll be the one to go down as he's surrounded by the full team of DC. Once Odd recognized that, they abandon their offlaner.
They still have Chrono, too. Oh, there's that Blink.
Whoa, Blink in from Abed to debut onto Saksa. He will get hit with it and burned up.
What do you say about that global silence there? Huh?
Great choice.
He hit that R button at the good time.
He did,
and it worked.
It was the one use of that hero in this game.
I mean, I think it would have been a travesty if he didn't hit the R button there and did the job.
Moon needs to be careful about jumping in front when global silence is up. It's gonna happen every time. He needs to catch him or have someone from behind dealing damage, maybe Batrider catching him up so he can't cast it. There's no still any disable items on co-op. He's going for Yule Scepter just to remove the global silence, and I guess just the Yule Void if it's needed in the Chrono.
Oh, an Invis. Rune picked up by the Voids. Might be able to catch the Resolution now. He's actually out. I think Planet Odd is just getting a little too impatient, you know? Like, DC should be punished by the fact that they're kind of always 5-manning together, right?
Well, they have a not that good of split push. Bone is good. Queen of Pain decent. Doesn't provide much damage, but
they've got Bat and Legion as well. I mean, I think almost every single one of their heroes comes with some sort of wave clear or tower hitting capabilities. I think the point is, like, they need to be more careful about when they initiate. They really have to make sure that the team is split up if they're going to go in. Otherwise, they're going into Global Silence and Chronosphere.
Oh, look at the gold on Mason. He just finished the Midas and has another 1.5k.
He's going to have the Boots of Travel soon. So that'll kind of facilitate more 5-manning and still be able to cover your ass when it comes to split pushing.
The split pushers right now seem to be on the odd side of things. We have Wii moving through the mid lane, doing some work onto the tier 2, and Resolution's even doing more work here at the top tier 2. This will not even cost Odd possibly their bottom tier 2. Looks like Abed will stick around to help secure the finish, but Odd recognizing that this is not their time for fighting and are just going to try to split the differences as much as possible until they can get those next couple items online to help up their defensive capabilities. We see the Black King bar is slowly coming together there for Resolution, and Wii has got to finish that Yules.
Misery's thinking about a Shadowblade pickup as opposed to a Force Staff as a second item for a Batrider.
Well, the Shadowblade had great success in the previous game to stop that split push. Now it could be also a good choice just to catch that silencer actually, so they can't reinitiate. Void needs to be around to cast defensive Chrono.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of like great natural team fight on their own, so they have to make it up by finding creative ways to start fights.
Yeah, Shadowblades have been a crutch for a lot of these teams to kind of have those opportunities here. I even just saw Farev going for one of his own, where we would have seen other Voids maybe consider like Blinks. They like that opportunity to get the Shadowblade set up on split pushers and side farmers like this Clinks here. And it looks like his BKB is now en route. And good timing too, because it looks like DC are starting to make their advancement from up north here. They have gotten their own tier 1 and they're not stopping. They're going to go for a tier 2 on top of it. And I'm curious to see if Planet Odd want to defend this one or not. They're already rotating over. Actually, that TP was canceled here from Moon, it looked like. He's also slotted up a BKB and is going to join the rest of his team in farming for it.
Slack of 4-stat for the Bat Rider may be real. I guess it's very rare that he's going to be going for Lina first, so I was going to see if he gets Lincolns.
Oh, what's this?
What
They are
TPs.
mass TPing towards the shrine where Saksa has been spotted out. But it looks like DC didn't have like the know-how, so they tried to run out the other direction, and instead it's going to be Bulba caught up from Misery. Hits him with a lasso. They'll try to pull back, but he goes for the valiant jump towards the neutral camp to try to make it away. But the duel will be there for Moon, and the damage will be awarded.
Yeah,
that's pretty awkward. I was wondering why they made that TP to the shrine. Did they think that maybe Planet Odd Heroes had come back?
No, because they saw Planet Odd Heroes in front of their Tier 2 bottom, and so they wanted to TP heroes behind them to that shrine to wrap around. That's why they smoked as well. But they didn't.
Oh, they were smoked? Oh,
I believe so, but they didn't
sense.
anticipate, you know, a Planet Odd Hero already being there on that shrine.
Yeah, that makes more sense if they were smoked, because then it actually takes a hero there. If they, because I was thinking like, well, what if they just have a ward, you know, in that area? But I think DC, again, just chill out a little bit. Don't need to force fights so hard.
Well, I think they should, because they're not getting much out of this.
Oh, move for Lina, but a nice chrono
We
will
walked
come
into
out
it.
from Ferev. It does lock in his own team. He steps back a bit, and now the focus is going to be on a bed, but he's able to get the Yules off. They'll quickly burn through Saksa, but then Ferev will be going down next. It's going to be Resolution trucking out the damage. Bulba is going to be eating his wrath next. Laguna will fire out onto Resolution, but he quickly goes into that skeleton walk and makes a hasty retreat. On the way out, Moon
Still
can't
has
quite
the
get the
duel.
catch. Dubu within the trees. TP's away. Couldn't even get the duel there. Meanwhile, Wee, not involved in the
Wait,
fight, gets
Rezo?
his own push. But Rezo, whoa, what? In the bottom lane. Gets caught out. Clinks
gonna
now.
die.
Skeleton walk. Ooh, 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 ooh. They spotted him, and they Yules him. As he tries to go for the TP, it looks like they will get the little boner and take him out.
That would have been really good for Planet Odd at that point, except Rizzo gets taken out.
Yeah, they had that fight without the Queen of Pain. The Venomancer shows himself and he starts running forward, and the rest of the team backs up, and Rizzo just gets, I don't know, greedy or something and tries to hit some more creeps.
Still think DC should fight whenever they have Chrono, because there's going to be BKBs coming on Planet Odd side, and they don't have much right-click damage. Lina deals some of the damage, but with this build, still not good enough. Void, not much damage yet. Venomancer still has to build some items to deal right-click damage and get to the level 20.
Oh yeah, I agree. When I say they should calm down, I just meant that like they need to make sure when they initiate it really is a good fight. Because the worst thing you can do when you're ahead like this and you have the superior team fight is bungle shit up and just get like, you know, that two-man shrine TP and that sort of thing. And then you say you use your Chrono 3, you use a global silence. Then the game really starts rapidly falling out of control for you. I think they should not be too discouraged about that bottom fight. Planet Odd set it up really well, and DC just didn't have their Venomancer, and some of their heroes were kind of staggered. So they should still look to take an engagement against Planet Odd.
Oh, look at this.
Just off the mark. Just barely. And that means that DC are going to be under a bit of the watchful eye of Odd on this one. Even had the lane ward on top of it too, so they will shift their business all the way down here and below. Resolution stacking him through the damage. Has a Crystallis already complete, but Diffusal is going to be next in queue, it would appear.
This is good. Good pickup by Void. Chrono is up, Global Silence is up. They should surprise them with Shadow Blade. Get a 2, maybe even 3-man Chrono.
And he goes into the Shadow Blade, but no opportunity presents itself from Odd in the mid lane.
What a weird game with all these Shadow Blades.
You know, lots of setup, lots of vision potential in this game. Oh, and DC recognize the Roche is up, and they want to make a move in for it. First, got to secure the perimeter. It's going to be Bulba dropping down that high ground ward in vision.
They don't do Roshan very quickly, though.
There's going to be a lot of space if they want to do it.
Yeah, one team's got really good contest for Roshan, the other team's got really good Roche taking abilities, but it's the wrong team in control of the pit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
There is a
Bat Rider
Solar
in the
Crest,
game.
though, on Mason.
Yeah.
So that will help, but that's about it.
Yeah, even the support Bat Rider is such a big threat around Roche. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of hesitation from DC on even doing it. May even require going for the pick first. But still just kind of, as a 5-man here, scouting out to see if anyone from Odd will eventually, I don't know, show up and check the Roche. But if they're not getting these kind of opportunities, it's just still going to be Odd farming the most of the map.
Sadly for DC, they don't have any heroes to get a Heaven's Halberd against Bone. I mean, Mason can go one, but it's gonna cost him a slot. And Clockwork needs a lot of time to farm it. Doob is not gonna get it anytime soon.
I think they saw Resolution bottom.
Yeah, they just immediately.
They're not gonna make it in time.
Odd are like coming together, they're putting on their clothes, they're getting ready, and it's like, okay, boys, pop that smoke. But the problem is that this Roche is going to get done before they even formulate what kind of intro they want to have to this fight. But maybe they can set up something for DC on the way out. Let's see. They're heading all the way bottom to see if they can catch up with whoever from DC side might try to push out this bottom lane.
Yeah, get to the bounty area, get to this high ground area, and see if you can catch someone cutting across.
Nice reading by Mason.
Yeah, nice ward there. You'll see the bounty rune disappear and know that something's fishy, so they're not even going to head that direction at all. Good sense from Mason. So now if you're Odd in the situation, I guess it's just like, well, just go through the bottom lane and push. Get Weehaw out in front.
Yeah, they can't go high ground, though. This is another one of those where at your high ground, please go back to your base, stop pushing out other lanes kind of play. But DC's, calls their bluff. Only sends Mason back with the wards, so.
It's a good call to make. Odd have pretty much just started, waddling away from this bottom lane, and some of their time has now been wasted. And it was a swift, easy Roche for DC at the end of the day. And now they can wait for whatever it is they're waiting for, whatever next item pick up before they can make their next advancement with the benefit of that extra life. Who ended up grabbing it as well? I imagine Abed, not Legion.
No, DC took it.
Oh yeah, DC took it. My bad. My bad, Abed. You got it.
You should do some rap songs with those sick rhymes.
Thanks, man. Early glyph already as Abed's going to be sieging away from that very distant low ground. It's time for them to draw the attention of Odd to the base.
And this is not a bluff.
No, they're here for reals. Bulba scouting things out with the rocket. They get some vision up there, but as you see here, we have Planet Odd vision nearby.
This is not good for Planet Odd. They already moved all the heroes to the bottom. Maybe some could stay so Venomancer can't leave the base yet.
Ooh, look at this. Misery jumps all the way over and across. He even sidesteps the LSA stun to just drag Bulba to the low ground, but really not going to be accomplishing a lot from it. I see the ambition in that play to be able to try to maybe pull him straight down inside the base, but yeah, DC were able to intercept.
Because he can't get he can't go on the lane.
He went for Shadow Blade, which looked good, but they couldn't find an opening with that.
Didn't even force out the global. Maybe he was trying to bait the global early also or something, but DC are patient. They hold it. They take the tier 3 down, and now they're already making a move for the racks. Now Moon jumps in, goes for the duel, but at that same moment, global comes out, the chrono comes out, it locks all the team in their place, and they're going to be able to get the finish onto Moon, which forces out the immediate buyback. Now the Poison Nova going to be dispensed. Misery, Saksa, and all of them covered in some sticky, venomous goo, trying to hide out and hit the showers under the shrine to kind of heal up as best they can, but Abed's already going to work inside the racks. He will end up losing his life as Weehaw will blast him down with a Sonic Wave. Now Abed returning with a second life. Goes on in for the racks. Meanwhile, Mason in that Venom going to work, claims one life as they clean up the next. It's going to be Moon dropping now, and DC will claim the top racks.
Who has a buyback? No one?
Nobody.
Neither the Legion Commander nor the Rubik have a buyback for this one. They will be able to get the finish onto Mason, it would appear. Odd are fending things off. DC still want to hang around a bit. Bulba going to be going down. A couple of right clicks of Resolution. They do get the return fire onto Misery. Now the Laguna coming out from Abed. They want to go for Resolution too, and they'll get it. Resolution's down for 70 seconds. No buyback.
They even lost the gem. Is that gem on the ground? not being picked
Dakota.
up.
Weeze all the way up
Dakota on
over
the
here.
Mid lane.
Mid lane. Where? What gem?
The gem was being pinged.
It's right here. It's on our boy Saksa.
But that was
They don't have
almost a double team wipe.
They don't have a pipe on T-Mod, and look at the slow. Veno, time dilation, arcane curse. The heroes are barely moving in a team fight.
They
Move in.
can't get on top of this Lina.
Yeah,
to
they got
save
the
their
Lincolns
life.
and the silence. This is their best chance to get a hold of her. And they got her down. 8
1,000
kill
gold.
streak and some dual damage. Got to be rewarded. Saksa, though, does get the last hit, but still 1,000 gold for him, and he's close to a blink dagger.
DC lose this game. They're going to look back to these two moments where they didn't wrap fully around when they went mid. Mason kind of got caught just kind of skirting through the mid lane. They just kind of poked at him with clinks, lost that kill. Then they come back with only 3 heroes. They lose Abed. Like
It's a lot of
these
gold.
are losses you can easily just avoid, right? Like you have such a big lead. There's no need to bleed away these little picks.
Someone bought back from Planet Odd.
It was the Legion.
Mid lane, Shadowblade's out. It's Odd on the prowl. DC a bit nervous here, running out the other direction, trying to make chase for Saksa, but look who sweeps in from behind. Meanwhile, Abed is going to get that finish onto Saksa with the help of the Laguna, and now chases for the next target. It's going to be Moon. Misery can't help any further here. They will be able to get the finish onto Moon, but Bulba goes down on the other side, hits super hard, tries to force staff up towards his team, but will end up going down.
I believe they have a Lincoln's problem. They just tried to.
Can't
They
pop
can't
it.
lasso the
Can't pop it with
Lina.
the
You
Shadow
can't
Blade.
duel the Lina. Like
They
you
just
know.
have a team fight problem. There's
Yeah.
no team fight hero.
They need
really on
BKBs,
the
that's the
side.
thing. I don't know why Legion didn't go for BKB. Instead, he went for Sange. I guess
Maybe
to
a
pop a
halberd to get the
BKB.
popped Lincolns. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he can get a pretty much solo kill on anyone if he just initiates with the Blade Mail and the BKB Blink. Even if the global silence is popped, he'll still get the damage probably.
They got the BKB on Queen of Pain. They also just need time. Time for level 25 on Queen of Pain. Get that 4 staff on Bat Rider and stuff, but I highly doubt DC are going to give it to him. Most they would
Gem
force
on
Roshan.
Forev. They spotted Resolution. They're going to hit him with a Chrono. Abed's there on the other side. Immediately starts things off with the Laguna. Can they right-click at home? Stepping in, but the Global's going to be there
Dash.
as Weehaw tries to get in the action. He will finally get off the Sonic Wave after he BKs Bees off the Silence, but they're not getting any sort of return fire. Resolution's down and out.
Oh, he yuled him.
Nice Yule's catch onto the
have
Weehaw,
a buyback.
and that might be the game,
That's
just
it.
like that. Both cores caught outside the base for this one. And just Forev in the right place at the right time with a gem and a Chrono in the pocket. Now it's all on Moon, Misery, and Saksa to stall things out and prevent DC from shoving him down the lower bracket, but it ain't going to be easy. He goes for the duel while Abed gets lassoed up, tries to hold him down as long as they can, but Moon will eventually drop, and then Abed moves in, gets the secure takedown on the Saksa, who will have to buy back. Abed eating a lot of damage under these towers, but still has lots of regen and some urns coming out. That should heal him up. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh,
Saksa just got batted in the face.
he dodged the Laguna
Yeah.
with a dagger. That was really cool, but you know, at the end of the day, you have lost the video game.
The game was lost for Planet Odd. Down but not out. They go to the lower bracket to now face up against Complexity, while it is Digital Chaos and Team Freedom who are going to be in the winner bracket final. Wow, would you believe it?
Well,
Think-
at least silencer win ratio is going up.
It is going to be 43%. Something like that.
I was still right. Right?
Yeah, sure, dude.
Can you just say it? Yeah.
No.
Absolutely not. Let's be real.
Someone is butthurt.
Planet Odd played real sloppy this series.
Yeah, I mean, it was also like an issue of their draft. I feel like you have a bunch of pick-off heroes, didn't go for pick-offs. And we gave Forev some shit in the beginning of this series, but I feel like that game he did play a lot better.
Chronos.
Like, every time he had it up, he went and tried to use it. That was the important part. Whereas maybe his Legion game, like it took him longer to go and do that. Had to wait for his dagger and all that sort of stuff.
Both teams look sloppy, right? DC looks sloppy on the winning side, where they would like give away some kills that they don't need to. They didn't close out the game. Like I think Team Freedom very clearly look like
They look like the best team in these playoffs.
the best team in these playoffs. Is some of that their opponent? Do you think? Like, do you think Complexity is worse than these two, and maybe that's why Freedom look better?
No, because Freedom has played both of these teams and
they
beat both of these teams.
They play like a team. You see a lot of mistakes, even for DC. They lost the game. 1,000 gold fed from a bad Mason dying. That's, I don't know, 700 gold. Those things should not happen if you want to play an amazing Dota.
No, I don't think Freedom's looking good is an issue of them playing like bad opponents or anything like that. Just like you look at their decision making, they're not greedy. They move as 5. They understand their timings, when they're strong, when they can do things, spell usage, everything's great.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're like the one team that is not in a team house or anything of this whole playoff. I mean, maybe they feel like they obviously don't have as much to lose. People are looking at them as probably the underdogs for the whole thing, even though they look like the best team, and we're all saying they look like the best team. People are still looking at them and their name and thinking that they're the team that's not going to be making it to TI. So maybe a lot of weights lifted off their back, and they just play better that way.
Well, this is looking better in game number 3. Good Chronos from Forev, stepping up. Also good global silences from Dubu as well. Also great itemization from pretty much everyone in the team, especially with that Shadow Blade surprise.
Do you think that they will be able to take down Freedom, or do you think Freedom have a good thing going and we could find them in the grand final?
I don't know. Freedom looks so good right now, and like back to you brought up the topic of like why they're playing better. I think a lot of this is like an issue of mentality. Freedom's going. It feels like Freedom's going into this with hunger. They're so close. They were so close to getting that direct invite. Like it came out of nowhere. These are players that are either searching for their first shot or a return for glory. They don't have that sort of idea of a fall from grace. As a chip on their shoulder, whereas you look at Planet Odd, you look at DC, Cole, these are all teams with, I feel like, a bit of fear behind their play.
Yeah, the better days were kind of behind them, and I don't know. I think from I was thinking about just like the matchups. I think from the 2, 3, and 4 position, Team Freedom all look better, right? I think like ZCNC, he's on one hell of a hot streak. I think he actually looks better than Abed and Weehaw. I think that offlane Snaking is actually performing really well. Like sometimes he's really shut down, but he always seems to make it work. He really has a great understanding of when to be able to split push while his team is 4-manning, and he doesn't really get punished by it that often.
Right.
And then the 4 position, I feel like Flea is making a lot more successful rotations than Bulba or in this case, Misery or Soxa.
Yeah, and I feel like their drafts have been very solid all throughout. I worry that maybe they've been a little too 1 or 2 dimensional, but maybe that's just the meta.
Yeah, maybe. You guys are making a lot of wonderful points about the team. I don't want to take all those points away because we still have to talk about them for the next series, as we still have one more to go here for our North American qualifier. We're going to be going right back up and into that winner bracket final matchup as we will witness Freedom take on Digital Chaos. There may be a slightly extended break, I'd imagine, to allow DC to recover from that series. So don't go too far, though, as when we come back, we got more TI qualifier action coming your way.